We just heard a not so nice word coming from the basement, so we're gonna go check out what's happening down here. We seem to have developed a persistent fuel problem. We'd like it to be unpersistent, but it isn't doing that.
Check this out, there's a huge, disgusting thing hanging down off the filter housing. See that slimy thing hanging down? Okay.
Maybe something died in our gas tank.
Oh yeah! I'm Ben.
I can't suck it in anymore and pretend it's not there.
That's Ashley. And that's our floating home, Nahoa. We recently added another crew member. She goes by the name of Willa. After having sailed over halfway around the world, we are getting ready for the second half of our circumnavigation, which will take us across the Indian Ocean and around the bottom of Africa. But right now we find ourselves in Thailand, and with most of the world's borders still closed, we're taking full advantage of the situation by fixing up our boat and popping out a couple babies before we head towards Africa. You calling the mechanic for me? Who's there? Hello? Whoa.
Maybe something died in our gas tank. Oh, could it be diesel bug?
Diesel bug or diesel germs is something that is very prevalent in the tropics. If you have any amount of air in your fuel tank, which you do inevitably, that air will condensate and add water to the diesel. And the diesel bug lives in that water.
Well, that looks dirty down there.
That's diesel sludge right there. That's diesel bug. So those are dead microbial organisms.
Oh, dude, that's nasty.
The diesel bugs are microbial in size, but they replicate thousands and thousands of times and sometimes very short periods of time. It is inevitable to get diesel bug when you buy fuel in so many countries like Indonesia, Philippines.
There's a stump in the middle of the road here. I knew this might be a problem, so we're making it halfway. We'll walk the rest. It's not far.
Papua New Guinea was one of the worst. They actually, I think, added water to the fuel to make it go further, to sell more at a lower price, even lower price.
Dude, that was the most expensive fuel we ever bought, right?
You know YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, we make videos for YouTube.
Videos, yeah. That's great. I saw videos on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think? We'll have enough this time, Ben?
Yeah, we're going to Palau, so we need 10 days worth of fuel. I think we got twice as much as we need, but it comes in 200-liter barrels, so. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Cruising in the tropics, diesel bug. A little fact there for you today.
It's almost ready. It's almost ready.
Cook faster, Mom. Cook faster.
Oh, it cracks me up.
Can I do that too when I'm hungry?
Oh yeah, me too.
Outrageous.
Where's Willa? Where?
With diesel engines is that if they have a fuel problem, like I just had, you'll only ever to counter it under low, but when you're full throttle or you're half throttle or three-quarter throttle, you got it.
Can you turn it off? What I was saying is, if you have a fuel problem on your engine, like a diesel engine, because they hardly use any fuel, they just sip fuel, these small little diesels. So when you're having a fuel problem, you're gonna have it at half throttle, three-quarters, full throttle, because that's when it's eating the most fuel, and that's when the fuel filter will clog up and the fuel filter housing will clog up. And when you're at three-quarters or full throttle, you're usually trying to get out of a situation. You're either bucking against wind and tide and current and waves, or you're in a marina trying to get out of a tight spot. So basically your engine's gonna fail when shit's hitting the fan, which is a good reason to test your engines at full throttle on a nice, clear, calm day when you're in open water.
There's quite a few marinas in Thailand that are up like these rivers. It's always a bit nerve-wracking coming in. At least we hit high tide this time. We're going checking out Krabby Boat Lagoon, and we're checking out where to haul. We've never done this before. We've never bothered to check out places where we are going to haul before we actually haul the boat. So it's kind of fun. The one perk of this place is they have a pool. And the interesting thing is that all the marinas in Thailand right now are about the same price. Before there was a few that were quite a bit more, but right now, unless you're going to one of the high-end ones, which we're not, they're all about the same price. I think it must be getting shallower because we've really slowed down. What's the depth?
1.5.
And just like that, it's like civilization in the middle of the jungle. Do you need help? No one's driving the boat. No one's driving the boat right now. Whoa, that was fast. What happened?
Okay.
Ben, you gotta turn. Swadika. Hi. Do we feed you cookies when we're docking? Is that what happens? Do you get little cookies?
What do you think of his boat name, Ash?
Ramrod. I don't know. I guess it suits the fanciness of the boat or the racy fastness of the boat. It's not a name I would choose. So our tour of Thailand has turned into a tour of the boatyards in Thailand a little bit. And we're checking out this yard here, and this is a beautiful yard. It's a beautiful place to walk around. Check out the ground.
I think you could eat off that. One of the nicest yards we've seen in Thailand. It's paved, there's no trees. It's insect free, creepy crawly free, dust free.
It's free of trades.
That's the problem. It's also free of trades. So there's not that many trades in this particular part of Krabi, Thailand. And that's a problem. It's also free of chandleries, boat shops. We likely won't be hauling here because we need a lot of boat parts usually when we do a refit.
If it weren't for that, we would definitely be hauling here. It is a gorgeous yard. I don't know. It's a really hard decision. It's always a big compromise on what yard you choose to haul at.
Hey Ash.
Yeah.
Do you see what's going on behind you?
Yeah, I know. I think we're gonna get nailed.
Yeah.
We probably should turn around.
That's moving really quick.
Okay, time to abandon boat tours.
We're in the rainy season in Thailand now, and there's a lot of squalls. Squalls are just convection that goes up, and then eventually it comes back down. And when it comes down, it brings a lot of rain. I'm just actually, you feel that?
You get raindrops?
Nah, just a little bit of a cold breeze. And you know it's getting close when that happens. We're about to get nailed here. The boat's open, and it's gonna get real wet, real windy, and gross.
So we don't really know that many people in the area. We've met a couple of people since we've been here that have offered to, you know, check in on the hoa because they live here permanently. But if you know someone or a few people in an area that can also check on your boat, or if you have friends passing through because you've been cruising the world for forever, it's always a really great idea to have someone come and check on your boat and check on the people that are checking on your boat to make sure that everything's okay. Things like termites and rodents can really do a lot of damage to your boat. We were really lucky last time. We did have rodents on board, and we did have ants on board, and we did have all sorts of creepy crawlies on board, but they didn't do a lot of permanent damage. Even the cat's running away from the storm.
We gotta go, man. Oh shit. I knew this was gonna happen. Here comes the rain, and we're late. Boat's wide open. Uh-oh. Nice grounds though. Look it, you can run. Bunny's gonna get wet.
This is most unfortunate. This came on way faster than we thought, and all of our curtains are up because it was a gorgeous morning.
Bunny got soaked. The camera got soaked. Willa got soaked. Look at her. But we don't care. Rain ain't gonna melt this.
It looks like you had a good time, eh, Willa? So, we clean out the cockpit at least?
Yeah, I took the opportunity to hose out the cockpit.
All right, whew. Well, it's been quite a morning. We've checked out a boatyard. We've barely made it through a squall at the dock. The baby's soaked. We saw a boat. Yeah, we're still waving goodbye to that boat. And we're gonna go for a little river cruise.
We decided that, well, it was a good time to purge, and we have a lot of stuff that, frankly, we haven't really used in quite a few years. From, I don't know, what do we have? Like wet gear for the cold, pots and pans and spatulas. Don't get me started on spatulas. There's a lot of spatulas on this boat.
There are no spatulas.
There's a spatula in the giveaway bag.
It's kind of like a weird thing anyway. It's more, basically, we're giving away...
Tea towels. We're giving away tea towels.
No, we're not.
Oh, we're not?
No, you took those all as rags.
Does your wife carry a lot of tea towels, or does your wife collect a lot of tea towels? Because mine sure does. There's halibut tea towels, there's Christmas tea towels, there's Easter tea towels, birthday tea towels, floral pattern, boat patterns. There's tea towels that need to match between the oven and the sink. Tea towels for going to the beach. There's tea towels for having drinks. Is your wife like that too?
We got ropes, we got
Purses.
clothing, some electronics, stuff. Lots of stuff that you accumulate over the years.
You know, when you look at a YouTuber, you're like, yeah, neat and tidy video, you know, put a little bow on top, and the reality is it's actually sty behind the scenes. This is some of the things we've accumulated over the years. I mean, like hard drives, okay? Hard drives, I get it, you know. Okay, put those up here somewhere. Laptop, yeah, very important. Drone case. But then we get into like old GoPros. Like, look at these things. They're yellowed. And they're rusted, like chest harnesses. Who uses a chest GoPro harness anymore? Like, you put it in your mouth, man. This is the thing. You don't need hard drive cases anymore because you now have these rugged hard drives. They don't need cases. Like battery chargers and fuzzy mics, multiple extra redundancy fuzzy mics. This is partly Ashley's fault. She always says, well, you know, if one fails, you need another one. And like, you know, we're in Happyville in Canada, and like, she's like, oh, just, you know, order another one on Amazon, and like, that's her voice, by the way. Just.
Ben, you better not talk about me like that. That's not fair. He's bringing me into this, but it has nothing to do with me. Ben gets these bees in his bonnet. Like, I need to have that stereo microphone because it gets sound from all around instead of just the shotgun mic. I have to have that. That's the thing I must have for Christmas. So we order it for Christmas, and it still doesn't even put on a camera.
Don't listen to me.
It's a pretty deep river actually so far. It's coming up shallower now. There's a little part that we're gonna have to go through that's a little bit, you know, we're not sure how deep it's gonna be.
There's always something to look at. That's why I like rivers. Like, so much to look at.
But there's a lot of pots and a lot of fisher guys, so we're having a lot of fun just kind of checking them out. Look at these guys. Wave, say hi, Willa. Say hi. So we're just turning into the like little snaky part.
Sneaky or snaky?
Snaky. We saw a giant snake, by the way. I think I already told you that.
There's a lot
Ben
of
thinks
snakes.
it was a cobra. I think it was a rat snake.
I think it was a cobra. There's a lot of cobras in Thailand. I saw a baby cobra in the boatyard once.
Did you film it?
No,
Well, if it didn't film it, it didn't happen.
it was like this small. And then we had another snake.
That small? Like
Yeah.
that long?
Yeah, tiny like a baby. And then Most recently in the refit that we had, there was I don't know what kind of snake it was, but it was literally on top of the scaffolding. I should watch the depth.
Yeah, we should watch the depth.
This is pretty shallow here. I hate snakes. It's crazy. Krabi has some of the biggest king cobras in all of Thailand. They've been pulled out of toilets, out of sewers. Massive king cobras here. And king cobras are really, really dangerous. When we first got to this yard, they said don't walk in any grass that's higher than your ankles. Like if you can't see your feet, don't walk in it. Crazy because it was on top of the scaffolding and I was working right on top of it. Now we're provoking it. So I went dangerous. He's treating it very carefully. Sort of. Yeah. Here it is. Here. It's right here. Huh.
It always feels funny cruising up this small of a river with this big of a boat. And we only draw 1.2 meters. Some catamarans draw even less because they have dagger boards. But 1.2 meters isn't that bad. And it allows us to kind of sneak up in places like this. Sticker! Uh-oh. What?
Well, that was a sudden like stop. Muddy though. Hopefully the barnacles are going at the bottom of the gill.
You thought that was funny? We definitely hit bottom there. What did the depth sounder say?
I didn't look at the depth sounder.